Hey, welcome back to the Fire and Water Cooking Channel. I am Darren, and today I'm going to do something I've never done before, and I don't see a whole lot of it on YouTube, so we're going to do lamb spare ribs. And these are from Porter Road. They're domestic lamb ribs, so hopefully they'll be as good as the other domestic lamb I've received from Porter Road. So we're going to go ahead, sous vide these for 24 hours, then we're going to put them on the smoker. So I'm going to get these out of the pack, show you how I'm going to season them up. I'll be right back.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
Alright guys, I am back, and I want to show you these, just how fatty they are. Take a look at those if you can see. They've got a good kind of like a fat cap on one side, which I'm not going to mess with. I'm not going to trim these at all. They're from Porter Road, like I said, and it's domestic lamb. So I'm hoping that this is as good as the other domestic lamb I've gotten from Porter Road. So we're going to be trying this out. I've never had lamb ribs before, never made lamb ribs before, but I've got some good ideas for them. I've got a rub here. I mixed up a bunch of fresh jacks, different seasonings. I got the mesquite lime, the cracked pepper, coarse ground black pepper, rosemary, thyme, some garlic, onion powder, stuff like that. I'm hoping these aren't as gamey as imported lamb. We're going to try them out. So I'm going to cook them in the sous vide at 140 degrees for 24 hours. So this should give us kind of like a medium doneness, and then we're going to finish them up on the smoker. I don't know which one yet. I might do the Hasty Bake. I might put them on the PK grill. I just haven't decided yet. I might even put them back on the Camp Chef and put them on the pellet grill. But we'll decide that tomorrow afternoon when we get these out of the bath. First of all, I'm just going to season these up. Like I said, just a simple seasoning. You can use whatever you want, but this has got a lot of herbs, salt, pepper, garlic, onion. I'm hoping this is going to be a really good rub for these. It's more savory. It's not any kind of sweet rub for sure. So we're just going to season these up on both sides. Just nice, get a nice coating on there. You know, hopefully that salt will brine into them when it's cooking in the bath. And we'll put a little bit more on after it comes out of the bath to set them up, and we'll give them some smoke. Let me finish seasoning these up. I'll get them in a vacuum bag, and then we're going to toss them right here in the Innova for 24 hours at 140 degrees. I'll be back, guys. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put these in the bath, and I kind of wanted to show you one of the things that I just remembered, and I should always point out whenever you're doing any kind of bone-in product, anything with bones in it, if you feel around and see if there's any sharp parts of it so that it doesn't puncture your sous vide bag. I happen to have one on this one, and I found it as soon as I vacuumed up the first bag. It was sharp right here and it poked a hole. So all I did is I kept that other bag on it, doubled it up, and I put it in another bag. So that way I know it's sealed. That's protecting it from the bone there now, and I have no more issues. I can go ahead and drop my lamb ribs in to the water. Put my rack back on. Same here. Just make sure there's no holes, and drop your ribs in the water, and we're going to let them sit there for 24 hours, and I'll see you guys back in 24 hours. Alright guys, it's been about 25 hours. These have been sitting here for about an hour. I'll just let them sit here for a minute till I was ready to get to them. But we're going to get our fire set up. We're going to use the Hasty Bake because I can get the fire really close to the ribs. We're going to fast grill these, grill them hot and fast, And I'm going to use the farm sauce from Gary Bixler. He was on my podcast not too long ago. And this is a kind of a different sauce. It's got some horseradish and more savory spices to it. And it's usually used with beef, so beef ribs. But we're going to go ahead and use these on these lamb ribs, and we're going to go ahead and pretty much just sear them off hot and fast over some charcoal while we baste this farm sauce on. So let me get the fire going. I'll be right back. One of the things I like about using the grill gun on the Hasty Bake is I'm able to get the whole entire charcoal basket lit at once when I want to do grilling. It's really hard to do that when you're using fire starters or just the gel. So I can actually, within 2 minutes, I can get my whole entire fire basket up and running by using the grill gun because it's such high heat. So check out the grill gun if you haven't already. There are some very cool things it can do for you, just like this. I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm going to get these out of the bag, and I'm going to do something kind of a hybrid. I normally, when I'm smoking something, I will keep them wet so I can get some smoke, but usually when I'm doing a hot and fast grill, I like to dry them off some. But with these, I'm just going to leave them wet, strictly because I don't want to have to remove much of that bark that's on there already, or the seasoning. I'm just going to lightly season them with some keto chop house. I'm not going to re-season with the seasoning I used because there's plenty of it on there. So I'm just going to give it a little bit. This keto chop house is more like a steak type rub. So we're going to just kind of finish it up with that. Put a little of that on there. And then we're going to sear them up. And while we're searing them, we're going to hit it with the farm sauce. Last one here, and like I said, you can tell these are pretty wet, so go ahead and put these on here. I got my fire going. Whew, don't fall. There you go. Well, I can tell that they're tender because I kind of, where I grabbed it was kind of falling apart. It's kind of the fattier part here on top. So I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm just going to hit these, and I'm just going to do it on the top here because the bottom, we're not going to get a whole lot of that anyway. So I'm just going to put just a little bit of this keto chop house from Fresh Jack's, which I said is more of a steak type rub, kind of more of an all-purpose rub. We'll let that sit there for a second while the heat comes up on the Hasty Bake, and then we'll toss them on there and do some grilling. I'll be right back. One of the things I love about the Hasty Bake is I get to adjust the charcoal basket so I can have it up really high to start it out, especially on something like this that's really fatty. I can get it really hot to start out, and then I can lower the charcoal basket when it starts to flame up like this. So here I am basting the ribs with the farm sauce. And you can see the fat starting to render and getting the flame really high. I can lower the charcoal basket down and just keep rebasting them until we're done. So it actually took about 15 minutes. I'll be back. All right, guys. So here it is. Boy, that was kind of a flare up there. Lots of fat in these, so just be careful. I'm glad I used the Hasty Bake because I could adjust that flame, adjust the charcoal basket down as close or as far as I want, and I ended up having it set up pretty close and then adjusting it down. So I went ahead and basted with the farm sauce, and I'm going to go ahead and take a bite of these, see how they turned out. I'm going to get this one here on the end of the smallest one. Come on now. There we go. I'm just going to get the meat. I don't need that bone. Well, there you go. Whew. Still hot. Look at that. It's nice and kind of medium there. Really tender. Wow. Boy. Very tasty with that fat on there and the char. Wow. That's pretty good. I love domestic lamb. I can't stand imported lamb, but you guys need to try this lamb from Porter Road. And this farm sauce goes really well with it. Try the farm sauce. Try the lamb ribs from Porter Road. Awesome. Can't wait to go finish these up. But thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Follow the Fire and Water Cooking podcast. Look for this recipe in my upcoming book, Fire and Water Cooking. It'll be on Amazon early next year. Can't wait to get that out there so you guys can have these recipes in a book format. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again on the next Fire and Water Cooking video.